In the day's other news, the White House physician, Navy Vice Admiral Ronnie Jackson, withdrew his nominee to be Secretary for Veterans Affairs. He denied that he overprescribed drugs or crashed a vehicle when he was drunk, but said the accusations had become a distraction. As he marked Take Our Daughters and Sons to Work Day in the Rose Garden, President Trump defended Jackson.
He's a great man, and he got treated very, very unfairly. He got treated really unfairly, and he's a hell of a man.
The president blamed Montana Senator Jon Tester, the ranking Democrat on the Veteran Affairs Committee. He'd publicly detailed the allegations against Jackson. Tester's up for re-election this fall, and the president warned that he has a big price to pay. The embattled head of the Environmental Protection Agency today rejected questions about his ethics, calling them half-truths and twisted claims. At a pair of House hearings, Scott Pruitt said the critics of his security spending, condo lease, and luxury travel are just trying to undermine the Trump agenda. We'll have a full report later in the program. Outgoing CIA Director Mike Pompeo won Senate confirmation today to be Secretary of State. The 57 to 42 vote was largely along party lines, with 6 Democrats and independent Angus King joining all the Republicans voting. After a quick swearing in, he headed to Brussels for the meeting of the NATO foreign ministers and then on to the Middle East. Pompeo succeeds Rex Tillerson, who was fired by President Trump last month. President Trump will travel to Britain in July and meet with Prime Minister Theresa May. The White House said it will be a working visit. They've been concerned that a full-blown state visit would draw huge protest. Mr. Trump canceled a trip to London earlier this year. A so-called caravan of asylum-seeking Central Americans has arrived at the U.S.-Mexican border. Nearly 200 people, mostly women and children, are now waiting in shelters in Tijuana, with more expected in the annual mass migration. At a House hearing today, Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen warned against illegal entry.
Participating in a caravan does not give you any additional legal rights. If you illegally enter our country, you will be referred for prosecution. If you file a false asylum claim, you will be referred for prosecution. If you aid and abet or coach someone to break our laws, you also will be referred for prosecution.
Some of the migrants say they plan to try to enter the United States on Sunday at the border crossing at San Diego. Another group of immigrants in the United States has lost temporary protected status. Today, the Trump administration terminated protections for some 9,000 Nepalese. They've been allowed to stay in the United States since a 2015 earthquake devastated their country. Now they have 1 year to leave. Similar protections have already been ended for thousands of Nicaraguans, Sudanese, Haitians, and Salvadorans. Tens of thousands of teachers in Arizona staged a strike today for better pay and education funding. In Phoenix, teachers and supporters lined street corners, then marched to the state capitol. The scene was similar in Denver, where teachers rallied on the steps of the Colorado Capitol in the first of 2-day protests. And the U.S. Senate Ethics Committee today severely admonished New Jersey Democrat Senator Bob Menendez. The panel said he violated federal law and Senate rules by taking gifts from a Florida doctor, failing to report them, and using his Senate office to assist the doctor's interest. Menendez's federal corruption trial last year ended in a mistrial, and the charges were later dropped. And in Boston, they're changing the name of Yawkey Way outside Fenway Park because it honors a man accused of being racist. Tom Yawkey owned the Boston Red Sox for more than 40 years, but his club was the last in the major leagues to field a black player. Today, the city's Public Improvement Commission voted to return Yawkey Way to its original name, Jersey Street. And on Wall Street, the market mostly advanced as tech stocks rallied and interest rates eased. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 238 points to close at 24,322. The NASDAQ rose 115 points, and the S&P 500 added 27. Still to come on the NewsHour, lawmakers grill embattled EPA Chief Scott Pruitt. What to expect ahead of the historic summit between North and South Korea, and much more.